It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.
What's he got saying? Turn around. I'll join them.
One time, stray dog.
You've got the instinct. Now, get the training.
Nana, how are these Doritos even crunchier?
I like it like that. Even crunchier.
Doritos, now with even bolder crunch. For the bold in everyone.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy. The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now. Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. With a corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Weigh in live on DAZN.
All right, this might be crazy for you, but I've never seen a flamingo before. We are in the flamingo enclosure in the Wonder Gardens. You know where we are, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, for the biggest one. The biggest of them all to end what's been a magnificent 2024. Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. Today is weigh-in day, so it means we have to get on the scales and make this official. Make sure you clock in. Weigh-ins start right now.
What is it you would like to talk about?
Ah, you're awake, Mr. Fury.
Welcome back. How was your flight, Rabbit?
Is everything okay, sir?
I see. You set people.
You dropped your wallet.
You don't look at me anymore. I miss you.
Do you miss me?
Don't be afraid. I will not let you.
When you sleep at night, ugly man, you're gonna think.
Think of me. I'm gonna punch your face in.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tyson. We need to end this.
I'm gonna end you.
And let it feel.
You know, I've seen that trailer about 100 times, and every time I see it, I smile. It's absolutely fantastic. Well done to everyone involved in making it. All right, you know what day this is. You know why we are here as well. This is Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. Today is weigh-in day from the magnificent Wonder Gardens. Today is the day we make it official. All right, let's say hello to my team, Barry Jones, Sergio Mora. Barry, we are here. And by the way, I mean, the crowd that's in front of me, behind me, only Tyson Fury, I think, does a crowd like this a few days before Christmas. This is incredible.
Yeah, of course. And remember the last fight with the way how incredible that was. But I wasn't sure that we were going to travel. Yeah, I got to be honest, I wasn't quite sure so close to Christmas. But yeah, it's absolutely packed. It feels like home.
Yeah, it does.
Not for you, Sergio, but for us.
Yeah, it certainly does.
They try to get the Tyson Fury chants going, but I don't know if everyone there's only
It's
one.
coming, it's coming. We've got about an hour till the big man hits the scale, so it certainly is coming. I feel like all week it's built up, right? It's almost like a crescendo. All week it's been building up. The press conference yesterday was fantastic. We saw a bit of emotion there from Tyson Fury finally as well. I feel like we're going to see something on the scales here today.
I think so. It's funny.
A bit of a push and a shove, maybe.
Maybe, ironically, at the beginning of the week, it was Alexander Usyk was a little bit more boisterous. Not massively, but for him. Yeah. And it was Fury who was really, really laid back, held back. But yeah, I think you can hold him what's naturally you. And at some point, I think Fury's going to show himself. And I think last night, after that 10, 12 minutes stare off, he did get a little bit vocal. And I think he might do something a little bit more intimidating tonight.
Sergio, we always know the weight of Alexander Usyk, or at least we think we do, 222 pounds, thereabouts. The big question has been, what is Tyson Fury going to weigh? Last time, 262 pounds, I believe. Do you think it's going to be higher or lower in an hour or so?
I think it should be lower. You know, he wants to be light on his feet. He wants to actually move around the ring. He wants to be aggressive. He's still going to have 40-plus pounds on him. He's still going to have the height advantage, the reach advantage, but now he needs a nifty feet to keep up with Usyk. He's not going to have the athleticism and the angles and the swiftness of Usyk, but at least try to keep up with that, with the angles and, of course, the size and the reach. But I think he's going to come in lighter.
What we did see yesterday was, I think, the longest face-off, or the longest stare-off I think we've ever seen. I think it was recorded at something like 10 minutes, which, I mean, 10 minutes is a bit too long, but we saw it, we saw intensity, and finally we saw Tyson Fury show emotion.
Yeah, well, listen, everything was fine. They were staring at each other, you know, and obviously no one's going to, after a while, nobody's going to give away. No one's going to want to give any ground. Then that becomes a point of pride. But I mean, as soon as someone put their hand on Fury, then you know that their mouth's going to start going. They get a bit more emotional, as he did, and he started to say stuff. I don't know what he was saying to Usyk, but I imagine it's wait till Saturday, I'm going to get you on your mind.
Yeah, I think that's the PG version.
I think so.
Of what he was saying. I think he said a few more stronger words than that. They always say the eyes never lie. Sergio, what are we taking away from this?
The eyes, Chico, they never lie. That's all you say. But look, I'm telling you right now, that was intense. And it really is the truth, because now the fun and games are over for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's a showman. We know that he likes carrying a promotion. Now it's over. You could see it right there in that face-off, and that's the reason that face-off was so long and intense. We know Usyk, he's intimidating with those eyes. I think Tyson Fury wanted to match that with his body language, his size, and the fact that the games are over. It's time to fight.
Okay, one man who knows so much about this matchup is Andy Lee, obviously in the corner for Tyson Fury last time, in the corner again this Saturday. This is his keys to victory. Very interesting.
There's a lot to deal with emotionally for a fighter when he suffers his first loss. It plays over and over in your mind. Every night you go to sleep, you close your eyes and you think about what I could have done differently. Tyson, to me, speaking to him, I think privately he's having those thoughts. I don't know, I could be wrong, but he's quite pragmatic about it. Speaking to him, he says, Andy, it was a close fight. I gave it a good go. I wasn't fit. I had a bounty on my eye, couldn't train properly. Come the rematch, I'm going to be 50% better, I'll have full camp, and I'll destroy him. To win the rematch, Tyson will have to be fitter, which he will be. have better conditioning, which he will have. Technically, Tyson could not spend time on the ropes. When he got into trouble in the fight, it was when his back was to the ropes. Tried to hold the center. A fitter Tyson would be able to take his moments and then stay there and continue to engage and sustain the attacks because he'll be fitter and more conditioned. There are certain punches Tyson has to throw to win the fight. The body shots were very effective against Usyk. He went around the side to the lot. This time, I think he should go up the middle or to hit the solar plexus. Throwing the right hand more. Everyone says throw the right hand against the southpaw. Now, I'm a southpaw myself, and I don't go for that convention, but in this instinct, because Tyson is a taller fighter with a longer reach, it will work. Keys to victory for Tyson in the rematch are to be fitter, stronger, and very important, to be heavier. He was under 19 stone for that fight, and that was his plan, to be lighter. But Tyson's always been his best when he's been about 19, 12 stone. I think he'll be heavier in the rematch. He'll be more dominant in the rematch. He'll look to impose his size a lot more in the rematch. And as I said, very hard to go into a fight, the first one, with a cut on your eye, not had any sparring, and go in there with the best fighter in the world, Usyk. People all over Britain, Ireland, and America, all over the world know Tyson Fury. He's crossed over into the mainstream. He's got an unbelievable story from his life inside and outside of boxing. And like I said, he suffered his first loss. And now he's coming back to right the wrong and to redeem himself on December 21st, live on DAZN.
We've used so many different venues during Riyadh season to showcase just what Saudi Arabia has to offer. First time here at the Wonder Gardens, and it doesn't let you down. It really is great, and I will be going for a Wonder once we've done this weigh-in. I will say that. 3 has become 4 in the studio. You heard him there. You can see him now, Mr. Andy Lee, part of the Fury camp. You've got a better insight than anyone. You know when fighters say it's a great camp, it's a great camp. Tyson has said this. Was it a great camp?
I've got a great insight, but I can't tell anybody.
Come on, Andy. no one's listening, Andy. It's just between us. Now, how is his mood, though, Andy? Because one thing we have seen is that he's been very stern this week. Not many smiles, no jokes. It's almost a different Tyson Fury, I feel, this time around.
It is. It is a different Tyson. It's a different approach. Everyone's noticed it. I've been asked about it more than anything, you know. And no one can psychoanalyze him, but he's always not the hype fights or sell fights and be this character, and you guys know as fighters, all of this stuff takes energy. It's all a distraction, and you come home from these things. They're all late at night out here in Saudi Arabia. You got to go to sleep. It's very hard to come down from these things. You know, these dinners and dinner events, weigh-ins are bigger. Just look at this. It's a sensory overload, isn't it? Everything's a big event out here, and this time he's taking a different approach. As a team, Sugar Hills took it upon himself to inform us as a team that we have to cocoon him from this, keep him away from this. He's gone about his business, he's been very focused, he's trained diligently all through camp. There's no point coming here the last few days and getting it all, just putting it all to waste by giving too much energy to this circus. He's focused on the job, and I think everyone can see that.
Is that hard for him to do? Because it is normally a circus with Tyson Fury. He does like to engage with the fans, and he does like to kind of steal the show, if you like. I wonder if it's difficult for him to almost retreat into the dark, if you like, and not do that.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for him. I can't. No, I just see a man who's very focused and ready to fight. You've all seen it. Just the look in his eye. It's a different guy. It's a different demeanor. And I, for one, think it's a great approach.
Yeah. We're expecting Tyson Fury to be better. I mean, you said it so eloquently in your piece there that he will be better. The cut, it wasn't excuses, it was facts. He got cut and you can't really spar. Are you expecting Alexander Usyk to go up another level as well?
Yeah, I think he will be a lot better, because when you've beaten somebody, you feel you know you've done it once, you feel you're going to do it again, you'll have that confidence. Now, there could be a slight, not...
We've already done it.
With it.
We've already done it.
I'm going to do it again.
To achieve, yeah.
I think coming from Tyson's perspective of having to go and right the wrong is a better motivational thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, winning something, holding it is harder. Just to winning the title is harder than holding the title, isn't it?
You and me know.
I know.
Andy, in the clip you mentioned about Tyson coming in heavier.
Yeah.
It seemed to me that he and I think Sergio sort of half agreed that, you know, because Usyk makes you tired with the pressure, puts so much the intensity of his presence and the way he moves, that he tires you out. Being a bit heavier might make you. Do you know what I mean? You want to fill up the tank to be a little bit more mobile.
Like, it depends how you carry the weight, isn't it? And it's when you're lighter, you can move more, but you can also be moved. You know what I'm saying? You're easily moved and pushed when you've been used to being a heavier man. I don't go with the convention. If you get lighter, you can move faster. I don't really go with that. I think you're weaker. You're not as strong. You're not as you don't feel as full. I don't know. I think I go with the convention of if you're moving more, you're going to be moved more. I think he's going to be a lot more sturdier and a lot more stronger and just in himself.
I asked Tyson Fury a few days ago. He didn't really want to speak much, and that's fine. But I did say, look, in every rematch, you're considerably better in rematches, whether it be going way back to John McDermott, Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder. He looks so much better. Is that because he underestimates the opponents going in, or is it because he can then figure them out going round second time?
If you ever had a rematch, you'll know yourself. These guys know. You've seen
I had a few school ground scraps as well. I had a couple of rematches.
You know as well, Daddy. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys know, don't you?
I've had 4 rematches, and I lost 3 of them because the element of surprise is gone. I was good in the first fight. The second fight was totally different. That was just my perspective. But the thing about Tyson Fury, he's different. You know, he wins his rematch emphatically by knockout. It goes back to McDermott. It goes to Chisora. It goes to Wilder. You know, once he figures these guys out, it's not just what he learned in the IQ. It's the pride. It's the fighting pride of Fury. He doesn't like to lose. He's never lost. This is a man who's never lost. So you can bet he's going to have that chip on his shoulder. He's going to make the adjustments, the needed adjustments, and whatever it takes to win, he's going to do it.
And he'll understand what the pressure feels like now against Usyk. All the fidgety movements where he has to think, and all the pressure with the feet and the darting attacks. Now he knows what that's like. You think you know what it's like until you feel it. Now he knows what it's like. He can prepare better for it, theoretically.
Andy, what's the pressure like for yourself and Sugar? We always talk about the fighters, but yourself and Sugar in the corner, where you get that 50 seconds to try and give as much information as you possibly can. What's that like? Give us some insight what the corner's like.
For me, it's just another day in the office. Like, honestly,
it sure doesn't look that way, Professor Andy Lee.
No, well, no, I'm gonna. All I'm doing is there to help, give him water, put the ice on his neck, put the stool in on time. That's my job. That's my pressure. It's putting the stool, getting to make sure that stool is under that rope. And Sugar's going to do the talking this time. It's his job. And we're going to leave it to him.
Are you talking to Sugar in between the rounds? I'm sure you are. And that's your bit of advice, and he takes what he wants out of that, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, let's hear a bit more about that. It's a very interesting conversation, the topic of the corner. Obviously, last time John Fury was involved in that as well. Andy had a little to say about the corner earlier.
Don't show this.
Sugar Hill's job is to speak. He's the only one who should speak. He's the only one who really ever speaks in the corner. Tyson's dad was in the corner, who's very vocal, and everyone can appreciate a father watching his son box and what that must feel like. And I thought the things that John was saying were actually quite good. It was good advice. Just keep side on, jab, jab, and throw the right hand to the chest, get your right hand going, which would have been a good punch. You're in a fight. You're trying to control yourself, your emotion, what you have to do, but also you're thinking about your opponent. You have to try and control what he's doing. And then you have, which wasn't good, 3 voices come in from outside the ring, where when you get to that corner, that's your reprieve. That's your rest from a fight. You don't want to have to get another fight when you get back into the corner, you know, and deal with stress. So it wasn't ideal for Tyson. Sugar Hill and John Fury will have to make the decision what they do come December 21.
Fascinating. Honestly, I find that stuff fascinating. The pressure on the cornerman to give the instructions that needed to be given within 50 seconds, I find crazy.
But it's all like flavor. Like, one day you're a genius in the corner, and the next day you're an idiot. You shouldn't be in a corner. You know what I mean? We've seen it so many times. You know, if your fighter goes out and gets a knockout, he's a genius. He's the greatest coach, trainer of the year. And
Yeah.
if he gets beat, then everything's inspected, everything's dissected, and every word that you say is right or wrong, you know. So
I love the way
just the
on
nature of the
Saturday
world.
you're wearing two different hats as well. Andy, part of our team on Saturday, the best team, obviously, on DAZN. And then he's going to change up. He's not going to wear a suit, obviously.
I'm going to wear the suit in the corner. Yeah.
Suit in the corner.
Professor McConnell, actually. It's got Team Fury on the back.
Indeed. So many good. By the way, I can tell you this. They're late. The fighters are late. Traffic in and around this area can get a bit busy. And the amount of people here, you can understand why traffic is getting busy as well. I always wonder what this does for the inexperienced fighters. Like how they handle this, you know, when they just want to get on the scales and go, just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting.
I think for the undercard fight, this is just such an amazing experience that I don't think that's an issue. I think just being here. I think for the top of the bill, this is just a pain. Like, as Andy's been saying, everything's just a distraction from their build-up and their mind thought for the fight. So they just want to get back to their homes or wherever they're staying and focus on what they have to do for themselves. Yeah, I mean, the mind part of the game is the most important part of it. Yeah. Anyone can get fit, but getting your mind right for a fight of this magnitude takes a special athlete. It really does.
And there are some special athletes on Saturday on show. Andy, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's hear a bit more from Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Todd Grisham sat in between them alongside their promoters, Alex Krasniuk and Frank Warren, for Face Off.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend, Hitman. You baldy. He's come for the job, hasn't he? He's come to kill me.
That's it.
He looks like an assassin, doesn't he?
He looks like a sexy beast. It suits him. The shaved head suits him. It looks sexy.
My hands was here. I win. Thank you, God. But if Tyson think what Tyson win, no problem. For me, no problem. Listen, we have one more fight. 21st December.
Usyk got the raise like he just said. He won the fight. Fair play to him. Don't make excuses. Man beat me on the night. Fair play. I believe I won the fight. That's my opinion. Just like if you had an opinion, he had an opinion, everybody had an opinion. But he got his hand raised and I congratulated him. It's on TV to see. I kissed his cross. I said, thank you very much.
And Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year, for sure. Do you know what I mean? So when we go again, we go again. That's it. There's no animosity. I don't hate Usyk. You know, he's a good God-fearing Christian family man. Why would I hate him? And he's made me millions of dollars. I love him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You said it was an easy fight until he landed a punch from the gods.
Yeah.
Why would you describe it as a punch from the gods?
Just he could have punched me that punch a million times. It may not have had any effect, but you know he punched me and it had an effect, and that was great. Great for him.
What do you remember about that left hand in round 9?
It was perfect. Tyson good at skipping.
Was keeping good.
Yeah, was keeping good.
But you had your little chance to knock me out, didn't you? Couldn't do it, could you? Hit me with 10 shots in a row and couldn't do it.
You too have chance, brother. You too have chance.
You couldn't even put me down after being on Bambi legs. You hit me 10 shots. 10 clean shots on the chin.
Okay,
no
okay,
canvas touch.
Yeah.
You're in the rematch.
Okay.
Like Tupac said, you hit me with your best shots and couldn't do all. You know what's coming for you. I'm gonna you up, bitch.
What's the plan for the next one?
Same.
Same.
I don't need to do anything more because it was close. So if I don't get a knocked at a 10-8 round in round 9, then I maybe win the fight, no? If I, on the cards, yeah. So maybe if I just keep a little bit more focused, same again, pop, 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 pop. I'm not going to change anything because it wasn't a one-sided beatdown, it was a close fight. Could have went either way. I'm not complaining.
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone again.
If you haven't watched that face-off, please go and watch it. It is fascinating. Go and watch it on the DAZN platform. It's on the YouTube as well. It's so emotional, and then they get serious, and then they joke, and that's just Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, and that's their relationship.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, like I think they get on okay, but also they everyone again they remember I got to try and get one over on you. And it's more Fury than Usyk. Usyk's whole makeup is nothing phases me. And he forces you to try and bait him, and it doesn't work, and that gets you more frustrated, and that's how he gets into your head.
You know, this is interesting, isn't it? Because Tyson Fury gets under everyone else's skin. Look at all the opponents, they can't seem to work him out. He's trying to get under the skin of Usyk, and there's a force field there. It's like a barrier, and it's not working. I feel like that's annoying Fury.
Tyson Fury is accustomed to getting emotion out of his opponents, even if it's laughter. That's an emotion, but he wants something.
Yeah.
He wants to be in control. He wants to be like the maestro or the puppeteer, saying, "Okay, I can get something out of you." But when you're dealing with a master poker player in Usyk, who's not going to give you a tell, he has those soulless eyes. He looks like a blue-eyed jack-o'-lantern. It's scary. He's scary. It really is scary when you're looking in his face. You can't get him to do what you want. Fury is not in control. Alexander Usyk is in control, not only inside the ring and outside the ring, and that's what frustrates Fury.
Oh, interesting, isn't it? What a main event. Got a good undercard as well. Let's show you the full fight card, what you can expect coming your way on Saturday, live on DAZN. Kick things off, Muhammad Alakel takes on Joshua Ocampo. Andre Nowitzki, unbeaten, takes on Edgar Ramirez. Then it is the battle of the unbeatens, Daniel Lappin and Dylan Collin. Peter McGrail does have an opponent. It is the Welshman Reese Edwards, unbeaten. Reese Edwards as well. Isaac Lowe takes on Lee McGregor. Fantastic under-the-radar fight, that is. And then it is the big boys. And I'm talking the very big boys. Johnny Fisher takes on Dave Allen. Serhii Boychuk was supposed to take on Israel Majimov. It is now Ishmael Davis. The unbeaten Moses Tatalma. Will he break Mike Tyson's record next year? He has to get past the very risky Dempsey McKean first. And then the one we've been waiting for, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury for the Unified Heavyweight Championship of the world. All right, it is time to get the show on the road underway. Let's throw it downstairs to your MC, Mr. Thomas Tribal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for Reignited Usyk Fury 2. A great night of World Championship Boxing tomorrow from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Turkey Al-Sheikh. This great event is being brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated, and Sella in association with Eddie Hearns, Matchroom Boxing, and Gold Star Promotions, along with our great sponsors: Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudia Airlines, New Muraba Development Company, Tauniya, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi. A big thanks to those great sponsors. This event will be shown worldwide and in the UK on DAZN, and also in the UK on TNT Sports Box Office and Sky Sports Box Office. And now, boxing fans joining us worldwide and boxing fans here in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, let's get the weigh-in process started. Our first two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round international super featherweight contest. First, coming to us from Cali, Colombia, a veteran of 46 professional bouts, here is Joshua White Wolf Ocampo.
Here comes Joshua Ocampo, very, very experienced from Colombia, but really now based in the UK. Always gives you rounds, but very, very dangerous. And watching him at the fighter workout, he's got hands, he's aggressive. This could be a bit of an issue for Alacal.
He was in the corner on Sunday, on Wednesday, sorry, working in the corner. So yeah, he's an experienced guy.
And now let's welcome Undefeated with one victory. He hails from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let's welcome mighty Mohammed Alakel.
It's over, what? It's like the murder in Clearance. That's about me. Yeah, tell you I'm an animal. Animal. Touch one of mine, I react like an animal. An animal. They say I have no conscience, I feel if I have to, yo. They say I'm an animal. Sometimes cross the line and you got to go. Move on, I'm like an animal. Shady talk to me if you ain't in my bracket. 100 mil, that's 60 after Texas. I was a little dirty, flipping on mattress.
And now let's welcome first to the scale, Joshua Ocampo. 133.4 for Joshua White Wolf Ocampo. Now to the scale, Mohamed Alakel. 134.1 for mighty Mohamed Alakel. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a six-round international super featherweight contest.
He's going to be rangier. He needs to use that size, doesn't he? Maybe box on the outside here.
Listen, this is one of these fights where it can turn on Alakel because he only has one fight. He's dealing with a fighter, an experienced fighter with 46 fights. It doesn't matter if it's a 50-50 fight or losses. You're still dealing with a true tough professional. This could be a fight that can really get out of hand quick.
Joshua, how good is this, by the way? Now, you're picked for your toughness. You play a very important role in this sport. But what problems do you believe you can cause young fighters like Mohamed Alakel who are just finding their feet as professionals?
Will be the experience, you know, because it's a lot of fights, a lot of times that I've been on the ring, so that will be a difficult way to get into really a contest. And I hope it will be a really good show.
As do we. Enjoy the experience and enjoy the big stage as well, Joshua, tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mohamed, you're only 24 hours away from your second professional fight and the opening bout for the big one in 2024. What are your thoughts, especially when you see your opponent saying it's going to be a great show?
I'm excited. All the hard work is done now. It's time to have fun.
We can't wait to see you in the ring. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBC International Heavyweight Championship. First, we will welcome the challenger. Coming to us from El Chamizal, Ecatepec, Estado de Mexico. His professional record, 10 wins, just 1 defeat. 1 draw, 4 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Edgar Ramirez. And now let's welcome the defending champion from Odessa, Ukraine. He brings an undefeated record with 13 wins, 10 of those 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBC International Champion, Andriy Rampage Nowitzki. First to the scale, we welcome the challenger, Edgar Ramirez. $261.1 for the challenger, Edgar Ramirez. Now to the scale, the defending champion, Andriy Novitsky. £237 for the defending champion, Andriy Rampage Novitsky.
Andriy Novitsky, the current WBC International Heavyweight Champion, taking on Edgar Ramirez.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow
card before
in a
Barry
10-round
stopped
contest
Juan Torres
for the
in 3 rounds
WBC
and has been very, very busy since then. Could be one of the guys to look out for in the next sort of 12, 18 months.
It could be, and I think I enjoy him. I think he's a good fighter. He punches long, he's fast, he's smooth with his work. But against Ramirez here, you got a guy full of ambitions, only lost 1 out of 12, so I think this will be a good, entertaining fight while it lasts.
Yeah, I like that. While it lasts, you are correct, because this one, I can guarantee you, isn't going the distance.
Andriy, almost 20 pounds heavier, your opponent, but you're wanting to take this win and maintain that O in your undefeated record. What do you need to do? Only 24 hours away from getting into the ring.
It's okay, he's a little bit higher, but I'm the heavy too, but I'm a little bit faster. And I'm so excited for this fight, and I will show you a very, very good fight, December 21. Let's do it, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It will be a battle of the undefeated. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for both the vacant IBF International and vacant WBA Continental Light Heavyweight Championships. It's brought to you in association with K2 Promotions. Let's first welcome, coming to us from Toul, France, he brings an undefeated record with 14 wins, 4 wins. Coming by way of knockout, here is Dylan Force Tranquille Collin. And now let's welcome from Kyiv, Ukraine. He brings an undefeated record with 10 wins. 4 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Daniel Chipa Chipunya Lapin. Let's first welcome to the scale, Dylan Collin. 173.1 for Dylan Force Tranquil Collin. Now to the scale, Daniel Lappin. 174.9 for Daniel Chipunya Lappin.
French boxing riding the crest of a wave at the moment. Bruna Saras.
Once again,
maybe the
ladies and
upset of the year
gentlemen,
against
these two
Jaime
competing
Minguia,
tomorrow
Leandro
in a
Mosquera
10-round
upsetting Chev
contest.
Clark. This could be something big for French boxing, Sergio. If Dylan Cappin can get past what I think is a really good fighter in Daniel Lappin.
A very good fighter, but he's going to be having a punch up. I mean, he's going to be 5 inches shorter. He comes from a kickboxing background. You know, every time I hear that, I always see that guy's going to be a little bit stiff, not good on his feet, and he's dealing with a very tall fighter that's excellent on his feet with Lappin. 10-round fighter already, coming off a 1-round knockout, coming around his power and confidence. Going to be a tough climb for Collin.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round international super featherweight contest. It is brought to you in association with Boxer. First, we welcome from Penny Greg, Wales. He is undefeated with 16 wins, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBA Intercontinental Champion, Reese Lightning Edwards. And now let's welcome from Liverpool, England, a 2020 Olympian. He now has a professional record of 10 wins, just 1 defeat. 6 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBA International Champion, Peter Blood McGrail. And we will welcome to the scale first, Reese Edwards. $129.1 for Reese Lightning Edwards. Now to the scale, Peter McGrail. $129.8 for Peter Blood McGrail.
So many questions, Barry, about, okay, what weight was this fight going to be at? We now know it's at super featherweight, which I think is fair. Both look in incredible shape. Reese Edwards, I mean, this could be the lottery ticket for Reese Edwards here.
I think Peter McGrail's an absolute maverick, you know, and after how Quinn fighters come out with 2 good wins, Mark Leach and Brad Foster, Reese Edwards is the worst kind of opponent, a real talent. He came off 2 good wins himself. Patrick Thomas Ward recently, who boxed for a world title, and he did a really good job on it. This is going to be a hard ask. Also, Reese Edwards was training for the fight in January, so he's fit, and it's closer to his natural weight than his Peter McGrail.
Very, very interesting, this one. Let's hear from both fighters. Jamie Ward with Reese Edwards first.
Well, Reese Edwards, here we go. This is what boxing is all about. I'm not sure what you were doing a little bit earlier this week, but look where you are now, the biggest stage of all. When the call did come to face Peter McGrail this week, what made this an easy decision for you and the team?
Well, look where I am, so it was an easy choice, and I'm really grateful to be here, and can't wait to get in there tomorrow and hopefully do the job.
And you're an unbeaten fighter in your own right, 16-0. You've got the weight on your side as well. What gives you that self-belief that you can turn up here from what you've seen of Peter McGrail and cause what would be, because of the late notice, a bit of an upset here tomorrow night, Reece?
Listen, I know Peter's a very good fighter, but I believe in myself also. I've sparred some top people, and I know I'm very good, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Reece, big credit to you for taking the fight on such short notice, and best of luck as well tomorrow night.
Peter, you finally get a chance to have a face-off with your opponent, only 24 hours away from getting into the ring. What are your impressions?
Yeah, you know, big respect to Reece and his team for, you know, taking the fight coming over on such short notice. You know, gives me the opportunity to, you know, perform on the biggest stage of all. But yeah, you know, it feels a lot more real now. First head-to-head there, and, you know, we're ready to go tomorrow now.
Let's talk about the weight real quick, 130 pounds on the dot for him. But for you, this is perhaps the heaviest you've ever been. How is that going to work for you?
Look, that's made fight week a lot easier for me. You know, I've been eating very, very well this week, so, you know, it's going to show in the ring. I'm feeling ready, feeling strong. I'm in great shape and looking forward to perform for everyone Saturday.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting, this one. I think that's a really, really good fight, that is. Peter McGrail versus Reece Edwards. It was supposed to be Peter McGrail versus Dennis McCann. We'll get to that situation when we will get to it. But Reece Edwards coming in, unbeaten fighter, and he will have the weight advantage. He will. He's the naturally bigger fighter, and super featherweight suits him.
I think so, but they both got a common opponent, and that's Brad Foster. And obviously, you know, Reece Edwards had a really good... He won the fight, but it was a relatively close fight against Brad Foster, a former British champion, let's not forget. And then in his recent fight, Peter McGrail, he stopped Brad Foster. So
Yeah.
there's some sort of point there they can mention, talk about, but or give confidence from, certainly in McGrail's camp. And McGrail is an absolute talent, and you know, he's come back from that knockout defeat in impressive fashion, I feel. So I think his confidence is there. But Reece Edwards is a real talent, fast hands, you know, gritty, aggressive. McGrail's still the favourite, you have to be honest about that, because it's a late notice fight. But up at super featherweight, against a guy who's probably a little bigger than you anyway, causes his own problems with all that beautiful skill and ability and moving around the target, but can be negated by just sheer size.
How difficult, this is Peter McGrail I'm referring to, Sergio, taking a late notice change like this? I mean, this is a guy that's coming in 5 days notice. How difficult for Peter McGrail that?
I hated late replacements. I think most boxers will tell you that, because no matter how prepared you are, you didn't prepare for that opponent. So no matter if you have all the experience in the world as an amateur, if you have the speed, the power, the unorthodox of whatever you're not expecting, it's weird. You don't know what to expect from this opponent. So late replacements can be a headache, and they can actually turn against the favorite fighter and the A-side fighter. They got to be careful.
I do wonder, for McGrail, though, because of the extensive amateur background where you don't know who you're fighting until a couple of days out, he's kind of used to it, I guess.
Yeah, and also, you know, these are not, it's not ideal, but these are great learning things, if you get over the line, of course, because learning to adapt in a fight is very important. So when you're not sure who you're fighting, even though you can see tape of Reece Edwards, you haven't trained for him, so you have to sort of like learn, adapt on the fly. And I think that's important, because that'll help his development down the track. Adapting on the fly,
It's what's dangerous, Barry. Yes. That's the thing. See, in the amateurs, you adapt because they're only 3 rounds, and it's a totally different beast. But right here, you're dealing with the professional. With one punch, can change a fight. Very dangerous, in my opinion.
All right, let's get the show continued. Thomas Treiber is waiting, so let's throw it downstairs to your MC.
Let's continue. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest, and it'll be for the vacant WBC International Featherweight Championship. It is being brought to you in association with Wasserman Boxing. First, let's welcome from Edinburgh, Scotland. He brings a professional record consisting of 14 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw, 11 of those 14 wins, coming by way of knockout, he is the former British, Commonwealth, and European champion, Lightning Lee McGregor. And now let's welcome from Morecambe, England. He has a professional record of 25 wins, 2 defeats, 3 draws, 8 wins. Coming by way of knockout, he is the former English, Commonwealth, and WBC international champion, Isaac Westgate Warrior Lowe. Let's first welcome to the scale, Lee McGregor. $125.9 for Lightning Lee McGregor. Now to the scale, Isaac Lowe. 125.1 for Isaac Westgate Warrior Lowe. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing
this one
tomorrow.
would have a bit of spice. It was always going to happen. Isaac Lowe, very emotional. He's got a lot of the crowd here, obviously very close to Tyson Fury, Barry. This could be, minus the main event, this could be the fight of the night.
This is my favourite fight. I think stylistically it matches up. I think temperament-wise, as you can see here, they fit perfectly. Lee McGregor's been a fantastic fighter, he really has. He had that slip-up against Ayala, and he had to go back and sort of swallow his pride and box in hotels and get the opportunity to come back here. Isaac Lowe, who's been a really good talent, got the opportunity to box on big bills because he's friends with Fury. But people think he can't fight, he can.
Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Oh. Okay, gents, to save it, 24 hours. 24 hours.
This is a perfect blend of speed versus pressure in styles, and that's what's going to make this maybe the fight of the night.
All right, we are going to hear from both. We're going to hear from Lee McGregor first. I think he's getting his top back on. Jamie Ward is waiting by. We are going to hear as well from Isaac Lowe with Claudia Torrejos, but let's hear first from Lee McGregor. Fantastic fighter. Big opportunity for him. Jamie Ward is standing by.
Lee, we don't mind that. The fans certainly enjoyed that. Tempers rising tends to be the case when we're less than 24 hours to go. Just tell us what was being said there between yourself and Isaac Lowe.
That's a good thing about this, isn't it? Like, we get to find out tomorrow. That was what was said. All the talking's done. It's time to go to work.
What do you believe? He has a lot to say, and people find him entertaining, but what do you believe in the ring will be the difference and his reality tomorrow once that bell rings?
Well, this is the thing. He's saying that I've got no heart, I've got no this. Like, that's one thing I've got, and I've got it massively. You cannot question my heart. So I told him that. I says, we'll see tomorrow.
And when you think about yourself, you had to show perseverance. At times, you had a difficult time in the sport, a period of frustration. So credit to you for showing that perseverance. But what do you believe this moment represents in the Lee McGregor story?
That's it. This is the new chapter for me. You know, I've been through so much, got through so much, and now is my time to announce myself to the world, and I'm going to do it. Trust me.
Great stuff, Lee. Best of luck tomorrow night. Enjoy.
Isaac, you're never a man short of words, and you just heard that this is his chapter. What do you have to say about that?
We'll see tomorrow night when he gets put to sleep.
He's getting knocked back out. He said it's the best version of Lee McGregor. I hope it is, because this is the best version of Isaac Lowe, and trust me, he is getting put to sleep tomorrow night. I am going to die in that ring. He's getting it tomorrow.
And the guys out there are saying that this could be the fight that actually steals the show. What are your thoughts on that? Basically, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, 100%. There is no pressure. I was no pressure in front of all these people. This is the fun part. This is going to be a good fight. Lee's a tough kid. Comes forward. He'll have a fight. But listen, there's no one like me. I'm strong. I'm fit. I'm ready to go. And then he's in with a gypsy boy now, so he's getting knocked back fucking out.
Thank you.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Let's first welcome from Doncaster, England. He brings a professional record consisting of 23 wins, 6 defeats, 2 draws, 18 of those 23 wins coming by way of knockout. He is known as the Doncaster De La Hoya David the White Rhino Allen. And now let's welcome from Rumford, London, England. He is undefeated with 12 wins, 11 of those 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Johnny, the Rumford Bull Fisher. And we will welcome to the scale first, David Allen. Roger. 257.6 for the Doncaster De La Hoya, David the White Rhino Allen. Now we welcome Johnny Fisher. $241.1 for the undefeated Johnny the Rumford Bull Fisher.
Two big lads here, Barry. Two big lads. Johnny Fisher obviously going to this as a favourite. He's the one with the future. Dave Allen, we don't know where he is. He doesn't know where he is. We'll find out Saturday.
Yeah, David Allen's a real talent, but you got to, what's the motivation and all that sort of stuff. I know that comes into play. Johnny Fisher's on a real roll, but this is a step up for Johnny Fisher. It really is. I think if Dave Allen's is anywhere near the best we saw him, but that's a long time ago. 2019 really is his last stellar win against Lucas Brown, and a great win that was. But still, if we get that version of Dave Allen, then Johnny Fisher's going to have a hard night. If we don't, and we get a guy who's maybe just looking for a payday, then Johnny Fisher is not the guy to be in the ring with.
All right, let's hear from Dave Allen. Let's see where he is. He's on stage with Jamie Wood.
Well, Dave Allen, here we go. You've said throughout the whole build-up, mentally, physically, this is the best you've ever felt because you've never been so motivated to win a fight, this fight against Johnny Fisher. In the build-up, look, you've been honest. You've called him a novice. You've called this a lottery ticket. You said he's a kid. What is burning those fires so brightly in Dave Allen to win this fight tomorrow night?
Lots of things. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one people will remember me for, and I want to be remembered for being one hell of a man. So, yeah, tomorrow's the big one.
And you've been vocal throughout as well about how you see this fight ending with Johnny Fisher. You've kept talking about your experience, but if he comes steaming at you like he has done throughout his journey so far, his last two have been over within 90 seconds in the first round. If he comes at you in the same way, what do you believe happens to the Romford Bull?
Oh, he's making a big mistake, yeah. This is a big step up. No one's ever run onto me before. You know, I've been beaten, I've been outboxed, but I will never, ever be outfought. So if he wants to play them games, you know what they say about feathers and stuff, so we'll see.
Dave, wish you the best of luck tomorrow night.
Johnny, you just heard that from the other side of this platform. You're making a big mistake. What do you have to say about that?
There's no mistakes in this game because I leave no stone unturned. I'm ready for whatever is thrown at me. We're prepared for every eventuality. But one thing I know is I've got huge power and I've got huge heart. I'm going to show all of that tomorrow night.
We had an opportunity to talk earlier, and you did say this is perhaps the biggest challenge you have. Let's put aside the fact that he came in a bit heavier than you. Why is this so important for you?
My next fight, whoever it is always my biggest challenge. No one, the other opposition never matters to me. It matters about what I can do. I'm the Romford Bull, and I do what I do every time, and that's bring heat.
There you go. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest, and it is a final eliminator for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Brought to you in association with 360 Promotions. We will first welcome, coming to us from Leeds, Yorkshire, England. He brings a professional record of 13 wins, just one defeat. 6 of those 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Ishmael, the Black Panther Davis. And now let's welcome a native of Vinnytsia, Ukraine, now fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA. He brings a record of 24 wins, 2 defeats, 23 of those 24 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBC interim super welterweight champion of the world, Serhiy El Flaco Bohachuk.
Majestic in a party. Pass me the Dutch, pass me the chargy. When we step in on the dance, have a few Barbie. And the vibes never offset like Cardi.
Tell them again, them a know. Select a majestic, come pick a show. Tell them so them a fear, yeah, them a fear, one time.
Put your hands in the air.
First, we will welcome to the scale Ishmael Davis. 153.6 for Ishmael, the Black Panther Davis. Now we welcome to the scale Serhiy Bohachuk. $153.1 for Serhiy El Flaco Bohachuk.
Sergio, I have a feeling this one's going to get going from the very first round. You, Ratboy Chuk's last fight when he fought Virgil Ortiz, maybe fight of the year, fantastic. How good is the Ukrainian?
Very good. I mean, this is a man that fights in slow motion, always dangerous. I mean, he doesn't have the quickest feet, but he's so good with his timing, how to close that range. Big power, always going for the knockout, but that power is not behind speed, it's behind timing. This is a dangerous, dangerous Ukrainian in El Flaco, and I'm telling you right now, this fight's not going the distance. It will not go the distance.
Yeah, this should be an exciting fight. Remember, Ishmael Davis coming into this fight on late notice. It was supposed to be Israel Madrimov. Ishmael Davis took the fight against Josh Kelly on late notice and nearly caused the upset here. This would be even bigger. Ishmael is with Claudio de Trejos.
Ishmael, late notice, yet you're all game. What does it mean to you to be here?
It means everything, man. I want to thank the man to my right, Eddie, you know, giving me a chance again. And these are the chances that make great people. So I'm here, man, ready to do the job on tomorrow night, and let's see what he's got.
What kind of statement do you need to do?
I just need to go and get the win. That's all I need to do.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, Sergey Boachuk, you were meant to be fighting Israel Madrimov. It's not. It's Ishmael Davis. He's taken this chance. How are you feeling about this change in opponent? He's very ambitious.
For me, it doesn't matter who. I'm ready for this fight. I have big camp. I have a lot of sparring partners, different sparring partners, short, tall. I have a lot of experience. It doesn't matter who.
Final eliminator as well for the world title. A win takes you closer to your dream. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. Of course, it's a big chance for me and for the next fight and the title fight. I want. I'm hungry. I want this. I'm very excited.
Very proud as well to have that Ukrainian flag behind you. What will this mean to you and your country tomorrow night?
You know, in Ukraine now hard time. I wanna motivate my people. I wanna show my people. Ukrainian, it's winner people. I won and Ukrainian won. Everyone, Ukrainian people, winner.
Best of luck to you tomorrow night.
Thank you so much.
That's you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event tomorrow night is scheduled for 10 rounds. It will be for the WBO Intercontinental and the vacant WBA International Heavyweight Championships. Let's first welcome the challenger from Gold Coast, Australia. He has a professional record of 22 wins, just one defeat, 14 of those 22 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former Australia, former WBO Asia Pacific, and former IBF Intercontinental Champion, Dempsey the Tower McKean. And now let's welcome the defending champion from Chatham, Kent, England. He had a stellar amateur career, and now at just 19 years of age, he is undefeated as a professional with 10 wins, 8 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBO Intercontinental Champion, Moses Itelmo. And we will welcome first to the scale, Dempsey McKean.
That's the number. The only time we don't put it in is when it's time to slumber.
251.1 for Dempsey the Tower McKean. Now to the scale, the undefeated Moses Atalma, the defending champion. 249.1 for Moses Atalma. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in our
Moses Atalma, 249.1. Both of us were like, okay, it's interesting. Raised eyebrow. That's pretty heavy for Moses.
That is pretty heavy. That is, especially for a fighter who really does it on his tremendous movement, his fast feet and his fast hands. But the variety of the work of Moses Atalma is what sets him apart. The angles of the punch that he can get on his opponent is absolutely tremendous. But this is an acid test for him. It really is. Dempsey McKean only lost to Hergovich in an eliminator for a world title. So a good fighter, a strong fighter, technically good as well.
And look, I guess if Frank and Moses have ambitions of becoming a world champion in 2025, this is a test he's going to need to come through with flying colours. Let's hear from the challenger first, Dempsey McKean. He's with Claudio Trejos.
Thank you, Adi. Dempsey, we had an opportunity to speak, and you mentioned the importance of this fight after the Hergovich event. 24 hours away from getting into the ring. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I just got to get in there and do the business. It's a fight, you know, this is what we put the hard yards in, the hours every single day. You know, 11, 12 weeks of training camp has brought us to this moment in front of it's going to be a packed out crowd as well on one of the biggest cards of the year as well. So, look, I'm excited and I'm more than ready for this.
How do you plan on just messing up his party?
By winning the fight, punching him more than he punches me and inflicting a bit more damage than he does on me. So, look, we're confident in our game plan, our skill set, and just got to put it all into play.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here with the 19-year-old heavyweight sensation, Moses Atalma, 24 hours away from the acid test. This is the one. This is the step up. Tell us what's going on in the mind of Moses Atalma.
Nothing really, man. I've just been ready to go, man. I'm trying to perform in front of the Saudi crowd, put on a big show, a big knockout, and, you know, do my thing.
Listen, you've been saying all week, you're just a kid from Chatham. What's going on? Look at all these people.
Do you know what, yeah? Listen, sometimes I do have to pinch myself. Like, I'm boxing for the WBO title. Listen, I'm pleased. I'm more than pleased. And I've put myself in this position, and now I'm gonna grab it with both hands. I ain't letting go of it.
You've got a man there in Dempsey McKean who has oozed confidence. Many people are saying he said there he's going to ruin your party. How does that make you feel?
I ain't worried about that.
And final one, we've seen you just a little bit heavier in this fight than you were in your last fight. Is there any thought behind that? You're just getting bigger and stronger?
It's the trainers. Don't worry about that. Nah, do you know what? I got more weight in my punches now, so we'll see tomorrow night.
Best of luck, Moses Atalma.
Thank you very much.
One more to go. That one more, obviously, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury. Brad Jacobs has joined us in studio, COO of Top Rank. Brad, what do you make of Moses? Are we starting to get noise in America about Moses?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he's a very confident guy, as we can tell. Maybe a little heavier than anyone expected, but you never know with these guys. So we're expecting a lot from Moses, actually.
Your man, Tyson Fury, is coming up next, and you played such an important role, I believe, in Tyson Fury's comeback, right? After he obviously went, you know, into a way he shouldn't or wouldn't want to go. He then went to America. You guys pushed and promoted him. What's it been like, you being part of that Tyson Fury journey?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no one better in the business to promote than Tyson Fury. He's a promoter's dream, right? So, yeah, he came to America, made a huge hit. He's come back here now into Saudi. He's just a huge star.
Have you made a big noise about how different Tyson Fury is this week. We're so used to Tyson Fury being the Joker, being the guy that does the stand-up, grabbing the mic, having a song. This week, nothing. What have you made of his demeanor?
Yeah, I think he's taking this very seriously. He wants that title back. He wants to be undisputed once again, and this is what it takes, and he looks like he's ready.
What happens if he can't get over the line? I mean, it's a close fight. What happens? Do you think that will be the end for Fury, or do you think he'll carry on looking for a redemption again?
Look, I think it's how it ends, right?
Okay,
You know, he loses every round. That's one thing. If he loses a close decision, it's a completely else. There's always an Anthony Joshua fight out there regardless. So you never know in this business, right?
And has he been the most fun to work with? Out of all the fighters that you've worked with over the years, and there's been many of them, too many to remember, I would say,
Yeah,
Brad.
that's
But
right.
has he been up there at the top?
Absolutely. You know, like I said earlier, promoter's dream. You know, he's up there with fighters like Manny Pacquiao, Tyson Fury, guys that just, you know, they exude joy and they love the fighting and they love everything about it.
Brad, very quickly, what do you make of all this, Brad? Me and you have done this before in Saudi.
That's right.
But you come back, I mean, this is a few days before Christmas, Brad. Look at this. It's incredible.
It really is unbelievable. The job they've done here is second to none. I mean, worldwide, second to none, really.
Yeah, it really is fantastic. And we have one more to go as well. It is Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. The weigh-in is about to go down in a few moments, which means Sweet Caroline is going to get even louder in a few moments. All right, here we go. It is the big one. Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. The weigh-in is about to commence between the two big boys. Michael Buffer is about to introduce them as well. I can see him on stage. Let's throw it down to the greatest MC of them all.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the official weigh-in for tomorrow night's main event on top of an evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. Riyadh Season in the General Entertainment Authority with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Arum for Top Rank Boxing, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, along with Gold Star Promotions, Gypsy King, K2 Promotions, and Sella. And our sponsorship will be provided by Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Muraba Development Company, Tawunia, Hunger Station, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfiti. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, special thanks to our host nation, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, with honor and regards to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman, and Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. So ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, the rematch. Will it be revenge? Will it be repeat? 12 rounds of boxing for the universally recognized heavyweight championship of the world. Now it's time to bring the Warriors to the stage. Challenger and champion making his entrance first. He's the heavyweight fighting pride of the United Kingdom. His professional record stands at 36 fights, 34 victories, 24 big wins by knockout, only one defeat with one draw. He is the heavyweight fighting pride of the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, the former lineal and two-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. And now making his entrance to the ring, he is the heavyweight fighting pride of all of Ukraine, an Olympic gold medal champion now as a professional, a perfect record, 22 fights, 22 victories, 14 big wins by knockout. He is the former undisputed, undefeated cruiserweight world champion, and now the reigning, defending, universally recognized, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
Held down heaven now, living in the same town, trying to find something new. Broken picture frame, I've been frozen in, trying to find a better view. This ain't me, this ain't cool, this ain't what I signed up to. This ain't right, it's no good, no good. Oh, everything is changing.
Alexander Usyk. First onto the scales, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. £281 for the challenger, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Next onto the scales, the reigning and defending world champion, Alexander Usyk, on the scale. £226 for the reigning and defending champion, Alexander Usyk.
You know what? I'm not actually sure what those weights are, if I'm honest with you. I mean, both are wearing clothes, both are wearing trainers. Alexander Usyk normally weighs 222, he weighed in 226. It could be because of the trainers. Fury 281. He is heavier than the 262. I don't think his clothes weigh 20 pounds, but he's not 281 pounds.
No, he's certainly not. You know, and again, he's got a lot of gear on underneath, and he's going to have a bit of extra weight there. But he is a lot heavier, as seems to be, as was suggested, certainly by Andy Lee, and Usyk's probably the same weight anyway, so that's fine. Listen, who cares about the weights now? We have a fight. That's the main thing.
It's going to be interesting if there is a face-off here. I feel like there might not be, and if it is, it's going to be a fiery one. Let's see if they do go nose-to-nose. Both very confident. I mean, it's an incredible matchup, it really is. This is genuinely number one versus number two. I know people talk about Daniel Dubois, and he will get there. but this is number 1 versus number 2 in the division.
And how many times have I said over the period of time that the heavyweight division is our flag-bearing division. So when that's flourishing, the whole sport benefits from it. So the fact you got one and number 2 boxing each other in a rematch so close after the second one, that's the important part. So the sport is never in a healthier position, and it's all predicated on these 2 guys boxing each other.
Are we getting a face-off? Are we not? What's going on here? I mean, both of them are facing. Don't face us, gents. Face each other. Let's have a look.
Time before they come to the middle of the ring.
Here we go.
Tomorrow night, here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Look at all the gold behind them.
Fury.
Very quick. Very quick. 3 seconds.
Championship.
10 minutes yesterday. 3 seconds today. Interesting. All right, it's strange to hear the challenge, but are we gonna get Tyson Fury, DAZN standing by? I don't think we are we?
No, he's going.
I think he's going.
Honestly, I think he's too full. I think he's not having none of it.
He's gone. He's gone. So let's hear, hopefully, from Alexander Usyk of Cloud of their Tails.
Last impressions, you just faced Tyson Fury for the last time before you walk into the ring. What are you feeling?
Ти був на фейс-офі з Тайсоном Ф'юрі. Що ти відчув?
Nothing.
How do you handle? None of this gets to you. How do you pull that off?
Як ти справляєшся з цим? Воно нічого до тебе не доходить із того, що він намагається зробити.
Because my angel helped me, but my God, Jesus, helped me, and my family and my team. My wife more helped me.
And tomorrow, real quick, I understand your wife will be here. Who will you dedicate this fight to?
Я знаю, що твоя дружина вже тут. Кому ти присвятиш цю перемогу?
I talk to you tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Tyson Fury didn't quite get to speak to us. However, when he left, he said one word, war. And that is what he's promising tomorrow night. So that's the good news, everyone. I've got Frank Warren with me. Frank, I mean, yesterday it was like 11 minutes of a face-off. Today, 3 seconds, I believe. What did you make of it all up there?
What I make of it, there's going to be a war tomorrow. That's what it is. Tyson's come for it, come to get those titles back. That's what he's here for. That's what he's sacrificed a lot for. And that is what I believe will happen.
He weighed 281 pounds, however, full clothing. But one thing's for sure, he's definitely bigger than the first fight.
Yeah, he's heavier, but I think the other guy is as well, isn't he?
He also had clothes on, yeah.
So there you go. Look, you can look and analyse it what way you like, talk about it what way you like. Facts of the matter is, tomorrow night we're going to find out who is the best. And you know both of them are coming to fight. It's going to be exciting. That first bell goes, they're going to get down on it, and you're going to see something extra special.
Is this a fight that ends within the distance, Frank?
In my opinion, it will. In Tyson's favour.
Well, there we have it. Frank Warren believes it'll be a Tyson TKO win. Let's find out tomorrow.
Let's find out tomorrow indeed. So intriguing, isn't it? We are 24 hours away from something special. And make sure you purchase it on DAZN.
It's another unbeatable fight week on DAZN. Usyk versus Fury 2.
Look at that stare.
Live on DAZN this Saturday, December 21st. A world heavyweight rivalry reignited. With no subscription required, you can buy the pay-per-view on DAZN and experience the action your way. Unrivaled broadcast talent and exclusive watch-alongs with True Geordie and Showbiz the Adults. DAZN is the undisputed global home of boxing with over 150 fights a year. The biggest matchups are always here, and they keep coming in 2025. Opetaya versus Nika on January 8th. Smith versus Wazer on January 25th. Shields versus Perkins on February 2nd. Beterbiev versus Bibble 2 on February 22nd. Unmissable fight nights every week, only on DAZN. Usyk versus Fury 2. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
All right, here is our talent broadcast team, and it's a fantastic team as well. Sergio Mora, Barry Jones, Darren Barker, Adam Smith, back myself and Kate pulling the strings. Eddie Hearn making his debut as a broadcaster alongside Andy Lee and Emily Austin. That's your broadcast team for the big one. Reignited Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. What do you make of this weight? I'm so intrigued. I really want to know what Tyson Fury weighs. Obviously, look, with clothes on, 281 pounds. He obviously isn't 281 pounds. What do we think he is? 262 last time out. What do you think he is? 270?
Yeah, 270 plus maybe. Yeah, I think he's a good 10 pounds heavier, which you know, as Andy Lee was alluding to, you know, makes him a more resilient target. You know, when he takes a shot, he can absorb it better. I'm not so sure about that, though. I think he's got weight advantage anyway over Usyk. I still thought he needed to be lighter because he's carrying a lot of weight around that ring. And Usyk makes you work very, very hard.
I agree with Barry. He should be lighter. But listen, he is wearing clothes. It is kind of, in his defense, in Tyson Fury's defense, it is cold out here. So maybe he wanted to weigh in with his clothes on. Clothes can maybe be 5 pounds. If he's wearing boots, it could be more. So I would say he's probably into 270s. I agree with Barry. I agree that, you know, he needs to be lighter on his feet. The weight's not going to assist him. It's not going to benefit him. He wants to be lighter on his feet. If he is going to use that body, he needs to get physical once on the inside. That doesn't take weight. That just takes the long arms to get on him and the high reach to get on him. That's I think the difference here, not the weight.
Frank Warren said to DAZN, look, both of them just want war now. Forget the talking, forget the face-offs. Yesterday we saw a 10-minute face-off. Today behind us we saw a 3-second face-off. Are we reading too much into this when we're so close to seeing them fight?
I think we got a more focused Fury because I think, you know, the mind games didn't work in the last fight, and if anything, I think they worked against him because you're wound up that Usyk's not taking the bait. So he's learned his lesson from that first fight. So he's been a bit more subdued. But I think simmering anger inside him as well, and he might need that because I think he knows this is going to be a hard fight. He might know what the pressure feels like against Usyk and what he maybe has to do, but he knows it's going to be extremely difficult. All the other fights he's had over the years, he's been technically so much better than his opponents. Whether they were bigger punchers or stronger, whatever they were, he was always technically better. He's up against a guy against Usyk who matches him or more. And that's where he knows this is serious. That's why I don't think he wants to do anything. He's just focused on the fight. You don't care about trying to play psychological games. There's a fear. You need that fear to be at your very best. And I think he has that in this fight more than ever before.
What a way to end 2024 on DAZN. But 2025 is going to start with something special as well.
The undisputed global home of boxing is on DAZN, where the greatest fighters in the world and the best promoters in the game come together.
We got a fight tomorrow, man!
For boxing in 2025, that means more.
What does the future look like?
More fights, more knockouts, more shocks, more shake-ups.
The fight itself was just phenomenal.
With big fights every month and over 150 a year, imagine what matchups could happen next. There will be more contenders at all the weights for all the belts, from rising stars to superstars.
Are you not entertained?
At venues all over the planet with unbeatable broadcast talent.
Hello, people.
Good to have you with us this evening.
Experts, analysis, champions, legends.
It's that first punch that lands dictates who's going to win.
Nobody brings you closer to the action anywhere, on any device.
Is that any better than this?
Because if the fight is on, it's on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Woo! What a 2025 we've got coming. And what we've got coming, by the way, this Saturday is very special as well. Let's kick off things with Muhammad Alakel takes on Joshua Akambo. Andre Nowitzki takes on Edgar Ramirez. Battle of the Unbeatens. This one could steal the show, by the way. Daniel Lapin versus Dylan Collin. French boxing right now on the crest of a wave. Peter McGrail takes on the late notice Reese Edwards. Unbeaten Reese Edwards. Isaac Lowe versus Lee McGregor. We saw the face-off. That's going to be interesting when those two battle. And then we have the big boys, and they are very big indeed. Johnny Fisher takes on Dave Allen. Serhii Boychuk was supposed to take on Islam Madrimov, takes on Ishmael Davis. Moses Itama takes on the Tower, Dempsey McKean. And then these two, the two best heavyweights of this generation. Alexander Usyk takes on Tyson Fury, and we'll find out who is the number one of this generation. It's all coming your way this Saturday live on DAZN. All right, we've done a bit of a reshuffle here. Look at this. This is quite the collective, isn't it? No fighting up here as well, gents, please. No fighting at all. Alex Krasik, how are you? This must be exciting
Not
for
bad,
you again.
Not bad, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a good one. I mean, very short, so we didn't have to stand there for 12 or 15 minutes for the face-off. So it was a good one, thank you.
Frank, how's your guy feeling? You know him better than anyone up here, Frank. I mean, we saw a 10-minute face-off yesterday. We saw a 3-second face-off. Are we reading too much into it? Does he just want to get on with the action?
Of course, that's what it is. I think everybody's reading too much into it. Tomorrow night's all that counts. You know, maybe, you know, there's a little moments where somebody's trying to get the mental edge, but the bottom line is these guys are two absolute professional fighters, done it at the top level for God knows how many years now. And tomorrow, once that bell goes, they get down on it, and it's going to be, for me, a battle from the start. It will be a war from the start.
Eddie, you're neutral in this, although it does seem as though you're leaning the Tyson Fury way. It feels like anyway. Eddie, what'd you make of this?
I'm sitting.
What'd you make of this, Eddie?
I'm going to read too much into everything because I'm just a fan in this situation. You know, I mean, I've known Usyk a long time. I think with Usyk, there's no surprises. Usyk's going to be brilliant. He's brilliant every time. I think a lot of this depends on what Tyson Fury brings to the fight. Don't forget, last time it was a close fight. Sometimes people are talking like it was, you know, it was a whitewash last time. It was a very competitive fight, but Tyson's going to have to do something extraordinary tomorrow night. He's capable of it. We've seen it in the past. Can he produce it tomorrow night? We'll see. I mean, you know, I would love to see him do it. I love Alex Krasik. We once did an Usyk contract on a little pad in the Georges V Hotel in Paris. Do you remember? I wish I still had him, but anyway, that's another story.
I have one.
Oh, no, thanks. But listen, good luck to both. It's brilliant for boxing. I mean, the first fight was one of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen. I'm so happy we get to see the rematch. Fury's well in it, but very difficult to pick against the greatness of Alexander Usyk at the same time.
Frank, he's good in rematches, though, as your boy Tyson Fury. Whether we go back nearly 10 years, John McDermott, Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora, he always seems to make the rematch look a lot easier than the first fight.
Well, that's because he's been in there with them in the first place, and he's worked them out and comes back, and he's a great boxing scholar, and he knows the strengths and weaknesses. But having said that, so does Usyk. He knows Tyson, or he feels he knows Tyson's strengths and weaknesses. But look, it was a split decision, the fight. There was a fag paper in that decision. It was a close fight. It was a great fight. Tyson's got to make a couple of adjustments, and so has Usyk. There was a couple of moments in that fight where Usyk was in trouble when he got caught with good shots and his legs went a little bit. You know, they both know they can hurt each other. Tyson's got fabulous recuperative powers, as you see in the 9th round. The 10th and 11th, he couldn't capitalise on it, Usyk, but the 12th round, Tyson won it. He was just finished the stronger of the two fighters. For me, this is going to be, as I say, bell goes, centre of the ring. Whoever takes that centre of the ring and pushes the other guy back in this fight, they're going to the one guy back's going to struggle. That's this type of fight. Tyson can do something Usyk can't do, and Usyk's a great fighter. Tyson can fight though on the back foot.
Can Usyk not fight on the back foot, Alex?
Usyk can fight however he wished to fight. On the other hand, would he have someone in front of him to fight with? And this question has no answer yet. We've seen Tyson yesterday blowing up. It was a false start. So he kept his energy throughout all his camp. As he mentioned, he didn't speak to his family, he didn't speak to his wife, to his kids. He was all way away from home, from everything, from civilization, living like a monk. And he was accumulating that energy to explode in the ring. But he made a false start yesterday, and for this reason, there's a question mark whether he will still be capable of doing something extraordinary that Eddie mentioned.
Okay, can we have a nice handshake between you two? Hey, there you go. Eddie Hearn's going to be joining us on the broadcast as well, so more from Eddie Hearn tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as well. We will find out whether it will be a repeat or revenge. See you tomorrow.
You're awake, Mr. Fury.
I say people. When you sleep at night, ugly man, you're gonna think of me. I'm gonna punch your face in. Shut up! Shut up! Ah! Show me your face! Show me your face!
son. We need to end this.
I'm gonna end you.
Feel. I'm ready, feel.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot like everything else can wait. It's Christmas after all. Pepsi Max. Thirsty for more.
What's he got saying? Turn around. Or join them.
One time, stray dog.
You've got the instinct. Now, get the training.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.